Have you ever said, ugh, I can't fit any of my clothes?
Or have you said, I'm fat and ugly? Or have you said,
I don't want the world to see me like this.
well, if you have found yourself saying any of these things to yourself, sis, you're dealing with perfectionism. So stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to be discussing where perfectionism comes from and how it holds you back in life. So, see you in a bit.
What's up, Trizzy Tribe, and welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Ty the Natural, and on my channel, we talk about self-acceptance, self-love, self-care, and your girl throws in a little vlogs here and there. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome. So happy you are here. Go ahead and tap that subscribe button if any of these topics relate to you or if you're struggling in any of these areas. I would love to help you get to where you need to be. And for all my OGs, thank you for pulling up every week. I love you, period. Okay, so without further ado, today's topic is going to be about perfectionism and where does it come from? And two, how does it hold us back in life? So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so first we're going to discuss where does perfectionism come from? And according to Brené Brown, perfectionism comes from shame. I'm sure you're like, huh? Shame? Yes. According to Brené Brown, shame is the birthplace for perfectionism. So what does she mean by that, right? What she means by that is when we show up as we have to look perfect, we have to live perfect, we have to act perfect, the only thing that we're doing is living in a false belief that perfectionism is real. When in reality, it's false, it's a lie, it's made up, and it holds you back in life because you feel that you have to be perfect in everything that you do, but nobody is perfect. So it's just a false narrative and it's going to hold you back. The only thing that you are going to experience are these three things: shame, blame, and judgment. Those are the three things that you are guaranteed to feel when you operate out of perfectionism. So, number two, another thing that perfectionism comes from is our upbringing, our childhood, our environment, which I definitely can relate to because I was told practice makes perfect, which is not true. Practice makes progress. There's a difference. No matter how much we practice, we will never be perfect. Never. The only person that was perfect was Jesus. That's it. And we don't compare to him. So if you were raised in an environment or an upbringing where you were praised or celebrated for achievements such as sports, for me, that was one for me. Grades, that was one for me as well. I was celebrated and I was told that I was doing amazing or doing a good job in school when I came home with good grades compared to if I didn't. But I do feel like that should be celebrated though because it is positive, but it does have a negative aspect to it as well. So another thing that may have been celebrated or highly valued during your upbringing or environment are manners, your appearance, things like that. All those things can be, put at the top list here of achievements. But in reality, it kind of makes us suffer as we grow older. Number three is trauma. We actually operate out of perfectionism to avoid feeling powerless or to avoid feeling like you're not in control. Number four is fear of failure. And I'm sure we all have experienced this. I know I have, where we stop ourselves from getting uncomfortable or from trying new things because we have a fear of failure, in that we're going to hear mistakes, or we're going to hear criticism, or we're going to be judged for making a mistake. And all that does is keep us from trying new things, learning new things, and actually growing as a person. So those were the 4 things. And there are other things as well. I just did not include them in this video for the sake of time. So these are 4 things that can cause perfectionism. So now let's get into 3 ways that perfectionism can cause you to be stuck in life or can hold you back in life. So let's get into it. So number 1 is procrastination. And your girl can relate to this one a lot because I used to procrastinate so much. It was like procrastination was my middle name. I don't care what I did. I was always finding myself procrastinating. And I catch myself sometimes doing it now, and I'd be like, you need to just get this done. Get it done and get it over with. Stop waiting till the last minute, because it's only going to hold you back in life. It's going to keep you from meeting goals and achievements because you're procrastinating, because you think you got to be perfect in order to achieve something when that's not true. Number 2 is burnout. Operating in perfectionism is going to cause burnout because you are constantly working hard to achieve goals or tasks, and you're working yourself to death, like overly working long hours, and it's going to cause burnout. And burnout affects you mentally and physically. And it also affects your relationships and how you operate in the world. And lastly, number 3 is having difficulty accepting feedback. And so what I mean by that is when someone comes to you and say, you could have did something better, or maybe they're giving you some criticism, positive criticism of hey, maybe you could have did it this way. You don't want to hear it because you feel like it's a mistake or that you're flawed. And when we operate in perfectionism, you're not going to receive feedback well. And it's okay to be flawed and to make mistakes because no one's perfect. We learn from mistakes. Mistakes actually help us, develop who we are as people. And by not accepting feedback, you are going to hinder your growth and you're stopping yourself from learning. So those were the 3 ways, and there are other ways that you can be held back in life too, but these are the 3 things that I wanted to highlight in this video. So let me know some things that have held you back in life. Or was one of these 3 things something that is holding you back in life? I would love to know. Let's chop it up in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're still here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the Trizzy tribe. We would love to have you. We are almost to our 900, so help us meet this 900 so we can get to our 1,000. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm Ty the Natural, and I'm gonna see y'all back on the next video. Peace.